Hi everyone, you're watching Jana FX, and in this video, first I'm going to show you and share with you my results of trades for a month for the March. Actually started from 27th, I think, of February, because I didn't include a couple of days from the previous month results, so I'm put it in this month. And also Forex forecast for next week, and we will analyze what happened previous week. I also wanted to ask if you would like to make some comments, because some are saying that my videos are a little bit too long and I'm talking a little bit too much, and so that's why I wanted you to give me some of your opinions. What do you think? Shall I make the videos a little bit shorter, where I will be only talking about the forecasts, because I can make videos like 10-20 minutes where we'll be only telling you about the levels for the next week, for example. At this moment I'm making videos analyzing the previous week, sharing with you the thoughts about my trades, what I was doing last week, what I'm planning to do next week, and I'm trying to make my videos a little bit, it's not just simple forecast videos and technical analysis. I call them technical analysis, so it's more educational to teach, to share with some of you who are only at the beginning of trading, to how to understand market, how it works, and how you can predict all the movements, let's say, and what you can rely on doing it by yourself, so not using someone's help and watching the Forex forecasts all the time. So it's all based, of course, on my own opinion. Well, I do trade not too bad, I would think, so maybe what I'm doing is right. So that's why it's all my own opinion, it's all my own experience, and that's what I do. I'm trying to share it with you. So, but if you want me to make a little bit shorter videos without all this previous week analysis, and just, as I'm saying, making more of the thoughts for the next week, so just write to me, and I'll see if depends how many would want of you to make it just to leave it as it is, and or make it shorter. Then I will decide what to do for the next video. So okay, let's start with results for this month, for March, and we're in April now. It's Fool's Day today. I'm not going to fool you guys. But okay, so you know, the one of the accounts I'm trading manually, only using my EA, which I still place the trades manually, and the only EA helps me is to close half positions and leave in the half positions, usually on a trailing stop. And many trades I was placing manually, just myself, without expert. And the other account is up all full automated. I have an EA which I'm testing, and I want to see the result of the year of trading. I started it in September. So with the automatic system, there is no manual trades at all. I did not touch it at all. So right now you see this is the result, 600, you see about 620 something dollars. It's for the month, you can see from, well, it shows from 22nd of February, so this is the 28th, so here's from 28th, 27th roughly, because I had some trades on closed on 27th from the 22nd. So that's what I'm saying. So roughly we'll take it to the account, it's $600 this month. I had some losing trades, but if you would look, I only have few, some here, and I have losing trades on gold. On gold, because I was trying new strategy and it didn't work for me, so I had to cover all my losses and make profit on gold using back to my usual strategies. So of course I do really like to try some new strategies, but looks like the way I'm trading is most profitable for me, at least anyway. And as you can see, the lot size is still the same. What I'm trying to show is that you need to use money management and don't need to place big trades, be a bit safer, and you still can my profit. So you can see it's the maximum mostly is 40 cents a pip, which is 0.04, and getting closer, you can see it's still 0.4, and then I was increasing. So I was trying on gold 0.6, 0.8, 0.10, and finally I actually had 0.30 getting because the account is growing, so the lot is a little bit growing, but I'm using money management, of course, and if I was in the profitable trades, so that's why I increased the lot, because knowing if it will go into loss, I have profitable trades, so it would cover it. So that's why I'm increasing now, slightly increasing the lots. And so the total, you can see now I have no floating, no open trades, and it's 2,246. The result, so I had $1,000 invested before, so it's now it's double the account, let's say. Well, plus about $246, 1,200, so even more than 100% profit. But it's not for 1 month. So in 1 month it was 600 something. So if you saw quite small lots, so that's the result on the manual trading. And now we're going to the next one, automated, to see how the EA worked. Okay, so right now what you're looking at is floating loss at this moment. So this is all open positions, and you can see the lot size is still 0.01, so it's not increasing the lots, but minus 150, and we have equity is 1,440, which means that's if I close all these trades, I end up with profit 440, because I had also $1,000 on this account. I had some manual trades before, and then I placed EA, I think it was in September, and I did not touch it. So it made 440 at this moment. So I didn't want to do it monthly, because of course the monthly right now is going to be very low. If the losing this minus 150, it will be showing as a loss. That's why I'm saying with EEAs, you need to wait for a long time before you can say actually how much you made, because this is not the monthly one. You wouldn't come out with a good monthly result. So this moment, 440 profit is not too bad, minus 140 floating. I was, so it's from September, right? I was checking out from time to time, and well, hopefully it's not going to make a bigger loss, for example, from that 440, because 1,000 is what I invested, and now I'm risking, let's say, only the money was made 440. So if it will lose 440, I would have to stop it, so I wouldn't lose my money I invested. So at this moment, it's let's say under control. It's still all right, going well. So what's good with this? I don't have to do any technical analysis. I don't have to think when to go into the trade. So it's all automatic, so let's say. But the result would be, to be honest, the most is after a year of trading. That's what I think. That would be the best to see the result after a year of trading. I mean, even right now, I can take money out and I will be still $440 in profit. So it's not too bad. Okay, so that's all the results for this. Well, for this month, let's say. Well, for this system, for the EAs for all this time. So, and now let's go back to and look at what happened this week and forecast for the next week. Okay, so now let's start as usual with euro dollar. And well, first of all, of course, this week is going to be also full of news, but the main will be for me is non-farm. Of course, don't forget about the news, the political news for US, and well, there are some news, of course, in Europe, but main concentration, let's say, would be non-farm, let's say, for me. And with euro dollar, what we have from the previous week. Remember, I mentioned you that my main thought for euro dollar right now is that it's creating a triangle. So it's going into this area, which what I'm expecting for the next days, pair moving around here before there will be some clarity, let's say, with the election and whatever else can happen. So right now it's not very clear. And that's exactly what happened actually. Nothing unpredictable with euro dollar. It's going well. You can see I did make videos about the gaps. Maybe I should make a video about the gap. Remember, again, back to previous week when I was saying to you, it's here next to this important level where I said to you, you might go from that level up, will not possibly reach this level because we have some bottoms from the previous movements. So that's why I was warning that if it will go high, it might end up, you see, we had this bottom, so it's kind of needs to take to consideration around here, and it's exactly did that. It did go, didn't touch the level, and then turn around and come back into possibly a triangle, possibly. So I mean, for me right now, it's as a main priority. I will be looking at it as a triangle. Of course, it might not, but at this moment. So with the gap, what is really nice. That's what I was saying to you. The Monday opening the market and watching what's going to happen on Monday. And when that gap happened, you know, it's called like a window. If somebody opened it, then somebody will close it. So it will always close. But with the gaps, there are so many like nuances, let's say, and you know how to say, but so many different things you need to bear in mind that yes, it will close eventually, but it might not happen for a while. But as I'm saying, there are so different points to look at. Here it was all pointed out that it should close it and very fast and very soon. So, and that's why when the market jumped, of course, the first things first, I placed the order straight away after it's created a consolidation. Of course, we're going back to a smaller charts and also go on the 15 minutes, it will be even bigger. That area, this is where I placed my sell order from that area. But you know how I'm placing my orders, pending orders. It's the levels, and from the levels I'm usually having like about 20, could be 25 pips, depends what's happening. So I had my usual 20 pips from that area, because the gap, of course, I've calculated how big is the gap and it should close it, and it's coming back, it's creating a top. So that was, let's say, false breaking this of the top and then coming back and actually creating one of the tops of the triangles. So that's my main theory, what I thought it will be. And that's exactly what's happening now. So I had actually two sales with euro, so it worked quite well for me. And I closed it all by trailing stop, so around this level it was closed on that movement. And of course now it's a waiting time, because there will be some news. I will be waiting for euro dollar to consolidate, create some consolidations, and then I will be placing, depends where it's going. Of course, now it's the target area would be that level, but it could be, as I was saying to you, and as you know, it might not just go straight. It might have a little consolidation around here. It might have a little correction, go back, or using Fibonacci levels to see where it can go back. Then maybe it will continue. And of course, that level, roughly that area, it might go to this level. But at this moment, it would be the next target would be that level. But it's because I'm saying there will be some news. So I'm expecting it, consolidate before the news, then I will be placing the orders and trading the news event. So that's it. But right now, as I'm saying, it's waiting time for opening the market and watching what's going to happen on Monday before the news. Because if non-farm is at the end of the week, and before non-farm there will be some, again, of course, the political news need to follow and watch how the market reacts, and if it could be placed any other orders before the non-farm happens. So that's all my thoughts with euro dollar. Is right now it's going exactly the right direction. Let's say it does exactly what's expected from it. What I can't say the same about the pound. Of course, the expectation with pound was that it will be a huge move, just like usually if something happening in the country, something major, we expect big movements, especially when there is elections, right? You saw it through the years what was happening, even only a few months ago what happened. And unfortunately, Brexit wasn't as strong as I expected. But you remember I was saying to you that I will be placing pending orders for sale every time. But of course, I was hoping that this week will make me a very good profit because I did wanted it to be a very big and huge movement. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. But as you remember, I was telling you I had a pending order from this area because of the consolidation and important level. Then I had a pending order from this level. And I told you every time I will be moving up, I will be placing the pending orders for sale. So when it moved up, I placed the pending order in this area because I had a double top here and a little consolidation, and it was right before the Brexit should have happened. So I did catch that move, and that's all. I mean, I did not expect such a small movement. Of course, I was hoping for a huge move, but unfortunately it didn't happen. But nothing to lose, of course. That's what I'm saying. That's why I was placing the pending orders. And you remember with these levels, support resistance levels, that's why I don't like to call them support resistance, because they turn into each other all the time. So as you remember, that level was important. When the market moves, it was stopping for uptrend. When the market moves down, it's also a stopping point for a downtrend, let's say. And so that, of course, that level is important, is still important. When I had my trade from here going right to that level, when it's closed by a trailing stop on the way back, it's created a little consolidation. Of course, I placed another sell order from that level too, but unfortunately it did not continue downtrend. It went other direction. So that's what happened, right? So nothing to lose, but not much was made, unfortunately. I was hoping for a good profit last week. So, but never mind. We will see and what's gonna happen next. For this new week, I'm expecting it to go a little bit higher, maybe in creating a double top, but not something like that. If you go on the bigger chart, you will understand what I'm talking about. I'm talking about creating this top, you see, like that one. So it went up, created one top, and now of course I'm expecting it to create a second top. That's at this moment main idea. Of course, I will be waiting for slowing down, of course, some consolidation around this area, and I'm still a bear with pound. I will be still looking for sell. I still don't think to buy it yet, except it will be non-farm, and I need to see how and where it's going to consolidate. If it will consolidate, will it react on non-farm? Because from the previous months we saw it did not react on non-farm at all, because it was waiting for Brexit. Now we know about Brexit, and now I'm thinking it might react on the news from US. Yeah, so maybe now it's time for its reaction. And what else? I guess my thought is that it's all made to us to feel and think that, oh, everything is wonderful, Brexit didn't affect much, so you should really go and buy pound. I think it's all kind of makes us, they're trying to make us fool. This is only my thought, so it's nothing influenced by anything, and this is only my thoughts, nothing else. So I do think they make us to think that it's all going to be alright and we should like start to buy it, and then they're going to drop it. That's a possibility. I mean, it could be, because it's all speculations, games on the market. So of course I did expect something like this, or even I expected something like this. but nothing like that happened. And I think my main thought, maybe it will create a double top and some consolidation, and then it will drop finally. Finally it will drop, but it might not be as good drop as it was before, like on those big news. So maybe it will be slowly. But if nothing like this would happen soon, let's say, then I would expect pound is just to have jumps up, down, up, down, up, down, because we do know, of course, Brexit, it's not the election. With the election, it's like you have a president, you have a prime minister today, and or you don't have it today, and tomorrow you suddenly having it. That's why the market jumps. With Brexit, it was, we know about Brexit, weeks and weeks and weeks, and now we know it's going to be negotiations for 2 years. So, yeah, now for 2 years, it could be quite messy, I think. So it could be ups and downs, ups and downs. Unfortunately, the big drop didn't happen. So because I was expecting a big drop, and then it would be up, down, up, down. So maybe now it will be up, down, and up, downs, and all the time. And so because of this, so we'll see what's going to happen in here and in a few next days, and how it will react on non-farm, to see if it's going to have good reactions on the US news, or it's still going to more react. Well, of course, it will be a lot of reactions on different news with England, and what the negotiations, what the contracts are going to make. So I might switch and on the other pairs more attention. So maybe I will walk away from a pound for a while. So we'll see how it will go, because the main hope was for a pound for this week, for last week. So let's go back to just a technical view. Expecting here the double top, and hopefully it will work as a double top, and it will go down. So if it will create some any consolidation here, I will be looking for placing the pending orders for sell. So that's all my view for pound. So we'll see how it will open on market opening, watching for Monday, and then making a decision on where to place the orders. That's all the view. So, and that's all for pound, really. Now going to Australian. Australian is also a disappointment. It still sits around this area. Remember, it's a big triangle, which of course I'm hoping it will go down, but remember that previously it was creating some consolidation around this area. I had actually a pending order to sell. I was hoping that it will not, it will ignore this channel and continue down, but it wasn't triggered because it didn't move enough. It did went here a little bit and then come back, and I didn't place any more orders afterwards. So I left Australian because I was concentrating on euro, pound, and other pairs. They had a bit better options. So that's the view. You see, for Australia, nothing happened. Just waiting time now. There will be, I think, some news for Australian this week, and so I'm expecting some consolidation again. Maybe it will consolidate around this area, maybe consolidate around here. So before the news, I will be, of course, I'm still the main thought that it hope it will go down, but depends how it will consolidate. I probably will be placing, will be trading with my usual strategy, placing the both orders, sell and buy before the news event will happen. So that's all for Australian right now. Dollar yen also, I had a trade, small trade for dollar yen. Now I'm going to say why. So that's what you can see. Look at, remember, that's where we left it from the previous week in this channel, where I told you I can't see anything around here. Either will go up or either will go down, and then I would look think what to do with. So what it did, it went down, didn't touch this level, so plus minus stayed a bit, went down again and come back into this channel and touched at a level. So what do you see around here? Just look at it. Well, it's the head and shoulders, upside down head and shoulders. This is the shoulder, head, and another shoulder. So of course that immediately gave me a signal for place the order to buy from the neck. So not buy and sell, but to buy from the neck because it's the pattern. And as you can see, that's why I'm using trailing stop. That's why I'm closing half positions and playing safe, because it didn't work all the way. It's only stopped halfway and then it's turned around. So, but that's usually what I've been saying to you. When you do use the patterns, usually expect quite often only would go halfway. It's quite often wouldn't go straight away, wouldn't reach the target, let's say, like if it would work 100% the pattern. And that's what you expect. I'm reminding you, so it's like, you know, you remember all these things, because not always remember these things, but that's why for most say, for let's say, you would have expected to go to this level. Of course, that would have been a target, but that's what I'm saying. That what can happen. It can turn around. And the turning around point was also confirmed with this one shoulder, head, and another shoulder. So it's turning around, right? We have a neck, and it's going back down. So, so this is just little things I'm telling you about. So what now to expect from dollar yen? Of course, at this moment it's nothing again, so I can say it can again either continue that way to the target, or it might continue go down. Anything can happen, and so I would be waiting again for any consolidations and preparing the pair for a news event. So hopefully it will create a any consolidation. So as I'm saying, it could be any level. I need to continue this because it might go back into this channel and it might reach that level. Maybe it will break it, but I wouldn't probably go in risk for anything before the news event. So that's it. Just need to see how it will prepare itself before the news, so I can decide if I will go for the trade on the news event. Dollar CAD I also had a small trade in here, and again you see it's in this little channel, and it did move down a bit. I didn't use that level to place any orders because I needed a bit more confirmation, because I had this wing and I was waiting for it to go a bit further, and then of course using that level because it has all there is no anything else to stop it except could be that level or could be that level. So that's why I thought it would be enough to go for a trade. Also was a very good consolidation in here. That's what it gives the most decisions. Let's say when you go on a smaller chart, if you go on a 15-minute, it will be even more. Then you can see this is very nice little channel. It's not horizontal exactly, but it's going with all those levels. That's why it's quite perfect one. So that's why I went for that small trade in here. And again, you see it's come back. And on the last day, on Friday, I decided just not go for any trades. And we can see right now it's kind of possibly going down, but because again there will be some news next week, I will be waiting right now for any consolidation and hopefully another channel, something small before the news happens, and I will be placing the trades both directions. It will be buy and sell, my usual strategy. So for dollar CAD the same. Euro pound, didn't have any trades for euro pound. And as I was saying, it would be a little bit risky to trade, but it would have been a very good pair to trade. I was saying that because I did expect good movements for pound, of course, and I did expect it if well, you know, pound goes down, so euro pound goes up, and the other way it too. So first it did went up and went down. So if for example, because I was already in other trades, I didn't look for euro pound, I had the other ones. Here the entry point for me, for example, would have been this area, and here you can see, because we can see its consolidation here went up a bit and it's come back to exactly that area, and also its breaking point together with this important level from the downtrend channel. So that's it. Here I would be placing my pending orders from here, so it would have been a good 100 pips at least to the next level. So wouldn't go for this one because it's not consolidated. It did have a little, but it's nothing really, because remember, when it's going up, this is the stopping point, right? if it's going too far. So when it's broke in, if it would create a little bit better channel, then it would be a possible in either direction orders. But you see it did drop straight away in here, so that would have been an entry point. Right now there is no entry point, and for me, waiting time for it to go to this level. Where this level come from, I use these bottoms, one bottom and another bottom. So that movement could be stopped by this level, or if we do see it's double shoulder, head and double shoulder, so possibly that going to the neck finally could be a target this time. And so that's why right now expecting waiting just for any movements and creation the consolidation. So as I'm saying, right now the entry point was gone, so it's just a waiting time for euro pound. So gold I was expecting not to trade. I was paying attention on pound, of course, but when the pound started to be not as friendly as you wanted it to be, well, not as fast moving, let's say, of course, I switched to and paid attention on gold. I actually tried previously, you saw the result of the monthly trade. I had some trades tried with gold and it didn't work, so back to my usual strategy. So I needed to cover the loss and make profit. So what did I do? Of course, I increased it a little bit from the previous trades, and here gold gave me a very good signals, like few signals. This is like quite strong ones, and that's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm sharing with you. First of all, remember it was sitting in here, and it did look like already it should go down, right? We saw on a daily chart, it's like some candles was telling us how like it should be going down, and but you know, I don't trust candles much, and so on the opening of market, it jumped and actually created another candle. So it was showing again how it's like should go down, but not relying on just a candle. When straight away it's created this top and then come back, you can see what is this. It's the double top, right? So you have one top and you have another top. But with the gold, as I'm saying, if with dollar yen, I'm more sure, like 90% sure that the pattern would work. 98 maybe even percent, at least halfway, yeah, it will do what it should do. With gold, I'm only 40%, let's say, sure, even maybe less than that. So that's why I need more confirmations for me to go into the trade, for example, with my strategy. And so that was the one signal. And another signal, just like we saw in dollar yen, right? It's the shoulder and that's the head. So it was a thought that, okay, so if it's the head and shoulders, then of course the next shoulder, right? So market should go to the level at least and create next shoulder. So that was the second signal. Then another signal, of course, it's consolidated here. If we go on a smaller chart, if I'll go just, you can go and check it out on a smaller chart. If I'll go, it's not going to be very visible, but you can see, remember I was selling here too before previously. So that's the consolidation here, and the same around the same area consolidation on the next top. So that was another signal saying, well, it just look really quite perfect for sell because it's broke it, and exactly is here, exactly is here. So there were so many good signals to sell. So that's what I did. I sold it, and I had a good trade. And of course, now I was hoping that I had also using a trailing stop, and I was hoping that here would be a creating consolidation and continue go down. But because it did look like head and shoulders, I thought, well, then the next what we would thought, of course, creating a shoulder. So it's created a shoulder, so I closed, it closed me with the trailing stop the positions. And now, of course, I'm waiting for some consolidation around this area. I have this level using this stop, so it's plus minus. This level could be a little bit higher, but roughly it's around here. So I will be waiting for to see what is going to do next. Will it create some consolidation here? Of course, if it's head and shoulders, I will be expecting to go down to this level, then maybe it will do some movements around this level. Maybe it will create like another consolidation, continue to go down, right? To walk at least halfway of the pattern, right? So maybe halfway, maybe to the next level. So that's what I will be looking for next week. And because the news event's going to happen, so that's why I'm thinking it will be possibly in this area before the news event would happen. So that's what I'm saying. And of course, because of the news, then probably I would be still looking for the same way of trading of my usual strategy, placing it both ways to buy and sell. But as I'm saying, more would be for me if it will probably stay around this area more. I would probably consider it more to go up. If it will consolidate around this area, I would look for more thought to its continue the way down. But as you can see, you can't rely on anything this time, these days. I mean, this is only technically. If it would be technically perfect, then it would continue down. But because it's Forex, anything can happen. Market reacts on anything, and these days it's you can't rely really 100% on anything. That's why I will be looking for buy and sell, probably my usual strategy for trading the news event. Okay, and pound yen. I don't trade this pair, as you know, but what do we see is triangle wasn't broken. So the Brexit wasn't the main event that the pair was waiting for, which makes it really strange. So that's what, as I'm saying, my first thought is that we hold in the pound just to show everyone that everything is fine, nothing to worry about, and then it still will drop hard, let's say. Or if they can hold it and nothing is going to happen, a big movement ain't going to happen, then possibly it will be just as I said, ups, down, but not like hard ones, not like how I expected it, like fast, right? Like really, really fast. But then it's going to be like a usual, smooth, but ups and downs, ups and downs. So what can happen in here? This is what the triangles, I don't remember if I was mentioning it when I was saying about the strategies for how I trade triangles. What the worst can happen is that the end of the triangle end up, if it didn't break it, then it's end up as just a consolidation. So it will end up into a channel. Yeah, so it will go and continue its way in the channel. This is what I don't really like when the triangles do this. That's what can happen. So that it might continue the way in here until something happens and finally it will break either direction again. So that's what I think happened here. And as I'm saying, there will be no fuel for good movement, so maybe for a while we'll stay in here. So that's what I see at this moment. So that's all my thoughts for this new coming week. So that's all, guys. If you liked the video and it was useful, don't forget to subscribe and like it. And happy trading. See you next week. Bye.